Hello, everybody, and welcome to Homeward Bound. How are you guys doing today?
Ooh, doing well.
Yes, well, thanks, Neal.
Excellent. I know we already chatted a bunch about a bunch of really cool stuff during the pre-show, but does anyone else have any stories they'd like to share on the real show?
I have teleported to a new location. This one complete with my very own Wizard's Familiar.
Oh! Hello, little boy. Little girl?
Girl?
Little
Don't
girl?
assume her gender.
Wow. She looks like an old puppy.
No.
No?
Just,
New
just
puppy?
Gray.
Just regularly gray.
She's like 3 years old. Usually pretty spunky, but
Tired today.
I guess so.
Mhm.
Yeah. Don't know if I've got any stories from this week.
Sure? I
Um,
know you've got interesting things happening there.
We
Not
just
really.
pre-showed our hearts out.
I think we did.
Got
All right.
ourselves all depressed talking about politics and
Taxes and pensions and real world. All
hey,
right.
no. Pensions are fun.
Pension said no one ever.
I see you're in the right line of work, Nick.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Where did we leave off last time? There was a battle along a river of lava with a bridge crossing over.
Yes.
Yep.
But we managed to get to the other end. Grimes almost died, but he did manage to take out 2 of the Slenderman floaty guys on the way,
Yeah.
so...
The lensman. And
Yeah,
you
that's
ran
right.
into a new monster type, didn't you? Last time you were here.
2, I think.
What'd you run into?
Which ones are those?
Well, the Lurk, I think, which is like
Yes.
the upside-down squid trap.
Yes.
And then the lava one.
The fireworm. Yes. The lava
Fireworm,
worm. Yeah.
Was that
Whatever
last
name. you want.
session?
That was last session.
So long ago.
It was a long time ago.
I suppose we also ran into a 2-headed demon dog as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We made our own new monster type.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
And given the quantity of 2-headed dogs on this channel lately, I think we're due for some fan art.
That'll be pretty sweet, actually.
Okay. Well, I'm going to bring you back
Intent.
to your own personalized custom map.
Come on, Neil.
Where's your map?
I don't know.
Oh, here it
It
is.
needs,
Oh,
it
it's
needs some
cool.
work. I think it needs some work.
All right. Here's the map of the Demon Plane.
I think McTacky did some fan art map, but Neal rejected it because
It was too good.
we needed to be able to doodle on it or something.
Yes, yes. And also, I want you to make your own map.
Okay,
And,
so I think,
it's
are we
kinda
somewhere
working?
up here? Like, we went past the volcano again.
Yeah.
I think it was to the east. So if I look now, is the volcano to my southeast?
Ooh, that is the one thing I forgot to open in time. Let me open my official
You got an
DM's
actual
map.
map?
Yeah, I got an actual map.
He's got it's a doodle that's about the same quality.
It actually, yeah. It's not wrong,
It's
Ryan.
just canon. Are lurkers a standard 2e monster?
No.
Okay.
No.
These are all
There are-
customized demons.
Okay,
that I've
there
made.
are lurkers in the monsters manual, I believe, right?
Yes.
But it's like a stalactite.
No, that's the
something.
piercer. The
Okay.
lurker is more of like the flying V cape looking thingy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
many dumb looking monsters in the dude.
Is
I
this
got
going to be
to
at least
use-
like 50% of the book that's you've never used, right, Neil? The Monster
I
Manual.
just used hook horrors for the first time.
Those are a
a
classic.
couple days ago.
I quite like them. Yeah, they used to be in Neverwinter Nights. Good game.
Ah, here's the Demon World map. Okay. Such a shitty map. I'll show you guys once you leave this area.
Oh, the lurkers are the ones that drop and they suffocate your face.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
like flying manta rays.
Yeah. They hide on the ceiling and I think they just like choke you to death.
Okay, so from your standpoint, yes, you can see the volcano south of you, but there is another one that you are going to be noticing just in a few minutes. So I'll tell you now. You're coming where last we left. You guys had heard the sound of water, sort of like rushing in and rushing out. And as you get a little bit closer, and continue heading along this path here, you find yourself entering or like coming down a cliff onto a pebbly beach. And there are waves that kind of roll in and crash against the beach, against the cliffs on the far right, and roll back. And as you're kind of assessing the area by the very dim light of Madrigal's stars, you see that the cliff kind of goes up and over and then eventually becomes a volcano who's only like within a mile or two of you. It's not like spewing lava all over the place, but there is a nice steady stream of lava down the side that looks like it'll probably intersect your path in a mile or two along the coast.
Is the path that we're on the direction that Madrigal's moved to?
You are now heading like north by northeast, and she is east by northeast.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we need to go maybe slightly more east, but sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So we just fled a demon battlefield.
Yes.
Are we being pursued down the ravine, or?
No, you can see the battle behind you. It looks like the side on the right has managed to push through. They've defeated that gate breaker that was charging in and have crossed the bridge and are kind of overwhelming the other side. And they have lost all sight of you and don't seem like they're tracking you or following you in any way, shape, or form. They have their priorities and they are following through on them.
And is the lava from that ravine flowing into the ocean?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and we heard that sizzling or something like that last. Yeah. And the volcano is a new volcano, a second volcano.
This is a second volcano, yes.
All right, well, let's not tempt fate and stick around. Let's keep moving.
All right. You guys can proceed down the path onto the rocky beach and press forward. Now, as you enter the beach... Oh, yeah? Go ahead.
Are we following the coast now towards the volcano? Okay.
Does the coast curve north?
Yes.
We've run out of map to doodle on.
Yeah.
I will make your map larger.
Does the water here look the same as the water, that we sailed across?
It does look like the same ocean.
Okay, so we need a coastline.
Is that a big enough map for you to doodle on?
For now.
I think so.
So which direction does the coast look like? It's flat here for a long way, or does it not last?
You're on a section that runs like north by northeast right now. And it's sort of crooked and winding and turning, but it's all sort of north by northeast-ish running.
Right, and there's like a volcano up here.
Closer than that. He said we're like a mile off.
Yeah, the volcano is going to be more like this, and you're going to have to traverse between it and the ocean. It's not like on the ocean.
Okay, need to delete that last bit.
It-
I can't. Just redraw the coast. Oh, there's something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Excellent. So, as you're looking at this coastline, you can see that the water kind of like comes in on this big wave and rushes up this space of 30 or 40 feet or something, and sort of like laps against the walls at the end, and then slowly recedes, and the whole beach is rocky and pebbly, and you don't see another end with the limited light you have available. So my question for you is, if you come along this coast, you're inevitably going to be having at least water crash up and around your legs. Is that something that you're worried about?
Yeah, I am worried about that. Is there any way up on top of the cliff?
You can look over to the cliff. It's sort of sheer where you are, and it doesn't look like it's a nice walkable cliff. It's sort of like a jagged outcropping with like pointy rocks all over it. In theory, you would have no problems since you've got stone feet, but it's might be difficult on the dogs and the pups.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay. It's look like if we look back the other way, does it look like the cliffs get lower down, and maybe if we backtracked a bit, we could get onto the edge of the cliff?
Yeah, definitely, maybe.
I don't
Definitely
know, Gramps, what
maybe.
do you think? We'll lose people if we try and cross here and the waves get any worse.
Is the tide coming in? Is it changing at all?
It would probably take like 3 hours of watching to really notice the change in tide, right?
Are there waves coming onto the shore?
There are waves, yes.
It should only take like 2 minutes to see if, I guess Grimes isn't as smart as me, but like if the waves are crashing further up the beach or receding.
Yeah, but like that you need to take an average over a long period of time. You can't tell within 2 minutes.
You can tell within a few minutes.
You can't tell within
Use your gauge skill right.
Also, Grimes grew up near a river, not an ocean. He doesn't know anything.
Oh my god, don't tell me the gauge wouldn't work for that.
We're also in another plane, so tides don't necessarily...
Yeah.
I didn't think there was tides. Anyway, the last ocean that we crossed in the boat, the water was still.
It was very still, and here it is not still. Here it is rolling and crashing.
Waves come in, waves go out. You can't explain that.
If there are tides, maybe that's a sign that Falumbra is back.
Oh. Very knowledgeable.
There's no moon in the sky, correct?
Correct.
No moon.
Would you see it anyway, though, without a sun to reflect from? Ah, who's smarter than Grimes now?
A lot of people.
All right. Are you going to try and backtrack along the cliff?
Well, I think that's good because it stops us getting washed out by the tide, and it'll probably help with crossing the volcano, the lava river as well. Don't know what you think, Grimes, but I think that we'll lose dogs and gnolls if we try and cross the rocks. And potentially me.
Well,
am I missing something? Is there a particular crossing that we're worried about? I thought it was just a narrow beach.
it's a narrow beach.
It's not a beach, you said it's like rocks.
Yeah, it's a rocky, pebbly beach.
Pebbles or rocks?
Both? Like,
Well,
you'll
I mean,
get
like-
rocks the size of your fist, and you'll get small pebbles.
Alright, so it's not like... Okay. I don't know.
Have you ever been to the beach in Brighton?
In Brighton?
Yeah.
No. But,
Okay. It's the same
a lot
thing.
of beaches in the UK have, like, actual, like, rock... Like, you're walking over big rocks. And it's dangerous, right? Because, like, they're super slippy.
Yeah, this is Brighton the right town? Yeah, Brighton's the right town. Yeah.
I've never been to Brighton, so...
Okay.
Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
the one UK beach I can reliably remember what it looks like.
I'll Google it, though.
It's fine. Right? It's fine.
Grimes is honestly not sure what the fuss is.
Okay, this looks a lot safer than I expected.
Like, a stroll along the beach seems a lot better than trying to climb back where we just came from.
All right, sure.
I mean, I can climb ahead up the cliff and see if it's passable.
No, let's go. If it starts getting too bad, maybe we can turn back. I'm sure it'll be.
Is William's movement rate 6 or is it 9?
Did it change?
I don't think it changed.
You didn't reduce his movement? Oh,
I don't think so. I think he's just strong enough that he can move it. If it ever comes to, like, needing to figure out how much he weighs, we will adjust his encumbrance to account for stone feet.
Okay.
I've got a nice handy-dandy guide to figure out how much each section of the body weighs. It's great. It's just
fantastic.
Like dissect him bit by bit.
What if they were made out of stone?
Well, then we'll just say that, like, your your foot is 1.45% of your body mass, and then we'll figure out what your lower leg is, which is 4.65% of your body mass, and then we'll convert from about like a water density to a granite density, because humans are about the same density as water. Maybe a little bit less, but that's also, like, depends on if you have air in your lungs or not, because if you exhale all of your air, you'll kind of sink, and if you have your lungs full, you'll float, so we're about water
Most
density.
of these pictures of Brighton I'm seeing are just, like, nice...
A natural beach, yeah.
There's a few that have, like, stones. Maybe
There's
it's,
a
like, winter
section...
when the sand is washed away.
There's a section that is, like, big rocky rocks, big rocky stones, and I think there's a section that's nice sandy sand.
Okay, will you tell me if it starts to become large, slippy rocks that I could, like, break my ankle on?
Sure.
You don't have ankles. They're stone.
That's true. That's true, but I don't want a bit of it to chip off.
That's true. All right, well, you continue along the beach. The water crashes up and around your ankles, and the dogs, in typical dog fashion, kind of get closer and then run away, and get closer and run away.
How wide is the beach? They have space to run to and fro?
Yeah, it's maybe 30 feet from shoreline to cliffside.
And the waves are crashing all the way up to the cliffs?
The waves will crash, maybe 10 feet up from the shoreline, and then just kind of like roll up in a big, roiling water.
We'd probably stick pretty near the cliffs.
Yeah.
Isn't sand made by stones eroded by the sea?
Over a very, very long time, yes.
It's making me nervous for my feet.
Feet are not going to wash away.
I hope not.
And in character, I don't think we know any of this. Sand was made by the gods, just like the...
All right.
Okay.
One of the dogs decides to go for a bit of a swim in the water, as the others are all sort of like playing for the first time.
And gets eaten by eels.
Hops into the water and starts to paddle around, and then starts yipping in a panicked and terrified manner.
All right, let's go and help the dogs. Go, let's bring kill it. We'll
How
turn this
deep
into an
is the
advantage.
dog?
You can hear the yipping. Give me a perception check to see if you can spot where the dog is, because it's such shitty lighting conditions. He's out in the water. You can hear the splashing, but can you actually see him?
I shoot it so I can see.
Holy
Yes.
shit. Nick, you've caught the right angle as like a wave kind of comes up. The starlight from Madrigal reflects off it, and you can see the dog kind of like in the wave, maybe 30 feet out past where the waves break.
Oh my god, what? Can I see the thing that's attacking it?
No, you don't even know if it's under attack. It's just yipping in a terrified and uncontrollable manner.
I tell the other dogs to get. Well, no, I
Which
don't know.
dog is this?
I don't know which ones you have left. I've lost track of who's alive and who's dead. Let's call it answer Vixen.
They're not even the same dogs anymore. They've changed.
Yeah, it's not the same dogs.
Venison, then? I don't know what
Hey.
you call her.
How
Can we,
cold is the water? I'm not going for a swim.
You've got hot armor. You're fine. Magically hot armor.
How bad is the tide? Would it be dangerous for me as someone who can't swim?
Yes.
With someone with stone feet who can't swim?
Who knew? Yeah. Well, I guess
some mafia shit right here.
Said
I don't think we can do anything. What are the other dogs doing?
Vixen.
The
Grimes
big
shouts.
two-headed dog will lunge into the water and go after it.
Great.
I
Grimes
guess the
waves
rest
his
of you
little
still-
ways, probably just up like past its ankles.
Okay. Grimes, you're not affected by anything, and you don't notice anything in the water. The big two-headed dog will grab the scruff of the neck of the other dog and drag it back onto shore. But as it comes onto shore, you can all see that its back two legs and its tail are missing.
Oh
And there
my
are just
God.
bleeding stumps where they were left.
It's dead, right?
No, he's still alive.
Okay, I can't kill it.
Okay. You bring your sword up and down onto the dog, just as the big two-headed dog sort of like leaps at it, and you manage to kill it as the big
What?
dog begins to munch on it at twice the speed of a regular dog because it has two heads.
Does it not lose interest in it after it's dead?
No, if anything, it gains more interest, and the other dogs come on over and start sniffing around, trying to nibble at it, but the big two-headed one barks and keeps them at bay.
All right.
Wait. Sorry. Would it have had a chance to turn into the flying
Nope.
thing?
Nope. The
Okay.
big dog was going at it around the same time that you were getting it, and it had its backside and its teeth when your sword contacted.
I think Grimes turns away in disgust and keeps
Yeah.
walking up the beach.
The other
Where's
dogs will.
Where's Zara?
She's on the high end of the water mark with the gnolls.
Mm-hmm. Do the gnolls not ride dogs anymore?
They're getting a little too big for that. The dogs are a little small.
I try and call the other dogs with me as I walk away.
Give me an animal handling check. They are interested in the other dead dog that they'd rather
Yeah.
be eating right now.
No, okay.
No, you can't get their attention, and they will all sort of munch and feast. as the party
wait for them,
continues. Oh, you wait for him to finish eating?
Well, I don't want to just leave them, abandon them there. Yeah.
Grimes will take this opportunity to climb on ahead.
Yeah.
I'll attempt to ascend the cliff.
Give me a climbing check. Well, it's not a 1, so you climb it.
Yeah, it's like a 37 or something.
You easily can scale this rocky, nasty, jutting, jagged, sharp rock face. And when you get to the top, you can see the other side is illuminated by a series of small lava flows and little lava pools. And down in that area, you can see plenty of demons. It looks like maybe a group of 40 or 50 has gathered, and there are a few others that are like trickling in from the direction that you have headed so far. It looks like a rallying point for many, many demons.
So would that be like up in here or something? There's a there's like a lava field.
Yeah, on the other side of the cliff, but like just on the other side of the cliff, like maybe 150 feet from you. Like if William were to yell really loudly, they might hear him.
All right, I'll climb back down.
Okay. The dog's finished. Sorry.
Yes.
All right. William, can you keep the dogs down? We've got a company.
All right. I try and quiet the dogs if they're coming back now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just the other side of this ridge, there's a large group of demons rallying in a lava pool.
Oh, God. Towards the battle, you think?
I don't know. I think we should stick to the beach and keep moving.
All right. Neal, have the dogs changed at all?
Once they come back, they sort of seem the same, but it's dark. It's hard to tell. If you want to risk some light, maybe you can get a better look.
It's all right. No. Okay, we'll go keep walking then.
All right. You proceed along the rocky beach area, and it is slow going as the tide comes in and the shape of the beach changes and it gets a little more narrow and a little more narrow, and the cliff on your right side gets a little taller and a little taller until the cliff on your right side is maybe 40 or 50 feet high, and the beach has gone from like 30 feet down to maybe 20 or so. When you come around a peninsula and you can see a field of light ahead of you, a field of like magic illumination that runs along the beach and sort of against the cliff wall, at least for the first 30 feet or so.
It's not glowing red. It's not lava.
It is not lava. It is, looks like the lights Yaromir used to use to illuminate the inside of your hut in the middle of a blizzard.
Yeah. Is it coming from the sea or from the rocks themselves, the cliff?
It's coming from nowhere. It's magical light. It just exists.
Okay.
I think
standing in the back of the light field, kind of actually floating off the ground, is one of those lensmen.
Oh shit.
Grimes. I was going to say Grimes, enchanted, starts walking towards the light field, but then he spots his lensman.
Yeah, the light field is maybe 100 feet long, and it goes up maybe 30 feet on the cliffside, and it covers the width of the path, and then a little bit more out into the water.
Mm-hmm. So the lensman's only 100 feet away?
The lensman's on the other side of the light field, and you're not quite there yet. So you're maybe 300 feet from the light field, and then another 100 from the lensman.
All right. Grimes pulls a scrag cloak tight around him. If I draw a phased dagger, does being phased make me more or less stealthy? Because it does shed shadowy light, but then it puts me slightly out of phase with this plane.
That is a great question.
I used to use it to improve my stealth, but now, since I've been blessed by Bellum, the blades now shed like shadowy flames.
Yeah. I think because there's so little light, I think it'll probably actually illuminate you more than it'll probably get in your way. But if you're in any area that has any appreciable amount of light, like even a half moon back at home, back in Withron Marenta, you would still be dimmer. It's just on this plane here.
What about in a shadowy field of light?
Well, if you're going to walk through the light field, then it would probably diminish you. But approaching the light field, you would be more visible.
I'll keep it sheathed for now. Crouching low, Grimes starts approaching the light field. My plan would be to slip through the light field and use the shadows and tricks of the light to conceal my approach.
Well, it's a magical light field, so it's sort of ambient light that doesn't project from one place or another. It fills everything. It lacks shadows.
Starting on the outskirts of this light field, is there like a hard line where the AoE ends?
Yes, there is a very distinct hard line where the AoE ends.
Then I'll approach the edge of this.
All right. You can walk right on up to it. 100 feet away or so is the lensman, still floating in the air, hands reaching out in your direction, feet also sort of like reaching down and looking around it.
Does it look like the light centers around the lensman?
No, it actually looks like the light exists before the lensman.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it being projected by its hands and feet?
Nope. It looks just like a persistent magical effect.
Is there a way to stay outside of the light radius and approach?
It goes up 30 feet on the jagged cliff, but only 30 feet, and the cliff is more. It's like a 50 or so.
Yeah, I'm not totally imagining the scene, but I think staying outside of the light, I wish to approach the lensman. So,
okay,
instead of climbing a cliff, or...
I will make a doodle for us. Maybe that will help.
Sure.
So we've got some...
It's going to require some 3D doodle skills, this now.
So we've got this this oceany section in the upper left-hand corner of your map. And then we've got this rocky cliff over here. And in a box like yay or so is the light and the lensman. Let me grab the lensman token real quick. Where'd you go, buddy? The lensman is chilling at like the back of the field over here.
The light is 100 feet long.
Yeah, and this is like 100 feet this way.
Okay. So I think, Grimes, you can climb up around the edge, right?
Yeah, I think to start, I'll try climbing up here.
And I'll stand at the edge of the light, Neal. Well, like just before the edge of the light.
With Zara and the pups and the dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grimes, give me that climb roll.
Yeah. Pretty poor.
Pretty poor indeed.
It's not though, is it?
It's a jagged cliff. It should offer bonuses more than anything, right?
It should. And I'm just gonna double check it because I think it will be fine. Climby. So it is definitely eroded stone, which would give you +6. There is maybe a bit of an an outward slope to it, so -2 to that brings you to +4. It's near the ocean, so it's maybe a little bit wet. So that's just a modifier of 0. Are you at less than half HP?
I am.
That's -4. Are you encumbered?
I don't believe so.
So it's just -4. So yeah, you pass still. You're good. Environment doesn't pour or anything like that. So yeah, you can scamper along the edge of the cliff above the light radius. Mm-hmm. And you can see that beyond the lensman is a wall, like an actual, someone took the time to like carve out chunks of stone and build a wall here, like real construction. So that's behind the lensman, and there's like a little bit of a parapet on top of it, and you don't see anything there, but this wall extends like into the ocean 30 feet or so, and is nice and level, like a castle wall.
Interesting.
That's just beyond the lensman.
I want to murder the lensman. It's kind of become Grimes' favorite hobby. But
do it. Sneak up behind him.
I've only got 8 HP.
That's all right. I can be there in a round if it goes wrong.
Yeah. All right. So after a kind of rough and slippery climb, Grimes gathers his bearings at the top of this cliff, crouches, conceals himself in the shadows, and sizes up the situation. 100 feet is not much. How far off the ground is the lensman?
10 feet.
All right, I'm going to attempt to climb along the cliff here, if that's possible. Is the lava field still off to the right?
Are you at the top of the cliff, or are you just like on the cliff scurrying?
I imagined on the top of the cliff, but
sure. If you climb to the top of the cliff, you'll get actually a pretty good view of what lays beyond. On the right side, the cliff just sort of continues upward in a mountainous formation until it kind of like reaches the volcano.
So it's not so much a cliff as the slopes of the foothills of the volcano.
Back where you climbed last time, it was a cliff that came down to a field, but you've walked far enough. I just didn't bother mentioning that it took hours or days to walk because who cares anymore. But at this point, you're like, as you climb up the cliff, it's more of like the volcano is here. And beyond the beachway, you can see a small fortress has been built right up against the ocean. Yeah, like beyond the lensman. There's none of that like living fleshy ground within it, but you can see that there's an open square area. There are some buildings in it. There are some demons moving around in it, and there's like this one section that juts out where the beach is. Like I'm going to use the same map. I'm going to give us a better... Here. So if that's the beach, then beyond it is like a fortress that sticks out like this.
Is there any movement on the wall?
Not on this section. This is like this tiny little section of beach right here. And from your vantage point, you can see that there's like a big gate over here, and that there are plenty of demons in like this area that I'm doodling. But this back is like open to the ocean, and the waves kind of like roll in and roll out. And there's walls on either side with a lensman on this side to like watch this narrow section of beach to make sure nothing's coming. But all the demons seem to be focused, their main attention going the other direction.
And go ahead.
Is there any boats in the dock?
No.
Okay.
And this wall extends out into the ocean?
Yeah, about 30 feet out into the ocean.
Okay. Well, it's only 100 feet. Moving silently with my scrag slippers still mostly intact. Grimes tiptoes his way along this ledge, along these foothills, to the edge of the wall.
Okay.
Lensman
does not notice you unless you make a bunch of noise, so give me a move silently check, please. What you have? Leather armor?
No, I have dragon scale.
Dragon scale, okay.
Do have those magic scrag boots.
Okay. Oh, you rolled a 31. I don't think any of these.
I roll it,
yeah. It might be a little bit quiet here, which would give you a penalty, but it's fine. It's still you're still gonna way past.
Isn't there ocean waves crashing into the shore?
There are. Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a little bit quiet.
You're right. It's not even quiet. It's not even quiet at all.
Does the wall go up the foothills, go up the mountainside, or is it below this mountain?
The mountainside comes up and begins to go down, and then the wall sort of meets it.
So at this crook right here, am I like at the top of the wall?
Yes. Yes, if you were to get to that exact spot right there, you would be like level with the wall.
Is there anything on the wall? Looking left and right, do I see any movement?
Yes, you see hydras and fighters, warriors hanging out. The warriors all have shields. You will probably see at least a couple with armor as well, but not all of them. It looks like the armor is somewhat of a rare, I shouldn't say rare thing, but at least an uncommon thing. And you see a new classification of demon that you've never met before in the middle of this area here. It's, let me get a description for you. This is about 6.5 feet tall, 250 pounds. It doesn't have those sharp, protruding, bony plates out of it like so many of the others do. Instead, it's just got this, like, like a cool, rocky, fleshy exterior to it with like a little bit of illumination of like almost glowing, almost like that fireworm that was glowing from the heat, almost like that, except not quite so bright, just like a few cracks of light coming out of it. And its arms are made out of some sort of malleable flesh, because you can see it's got like one arm in the shape of a hammer and one arm in the shape of like a blade or something, and it's pulling something out of a forge and then beating on it with the hammer arm, and then as it like turns it over, the hammer arm will like shift somewhat into like another blade, and it'll like use both of the blades to pick up the thing that it's working on and shove it back in the fire and pull its arms out, and then one of them will like shape change again.
Where is this forge in relation to?
It is in the center of everything. It is right about in here. And there are going to be 3 of these craftsmen standing around the forge.
Wait, so where does the lava stream cross into the ocean? Is that already passed?
No, it hasn't passed. You haven't seen it yet.
All right, well, let's kill this lensman first, but I think we're going to struggle to get past this.
So Grimes is sitting here along the ledge, eyeing up the situation. And while he rests, he will refresh himself on one of these bubbling blue potions that I have in my backpack. I believe they're potions of healing, maybe extra healing.
I believe they're potions of extra healing.
I have 2 bubbling blue potions. I will consume one of them.
All right. One of them is consumed. Roll me 3d8 plus 3.
3d8 plus 3 if you drink the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
19, not bad.
Very nice.
27. That is slightly more than half HP.
Good enough.
More climbing penalties. Can you where is this lensman exactly in relation to me?
Right about there. He's not, I guess he's a little bit further down, because there's maybe 10 or 15 feet between him and the wall. So at this point, you are between him and the wall if you're actually wanting to be like at the wall's base.
Sure, and he's at the water line, so he's like, what, 15 feet out, and at this point, 20, 30 feet below me?
Yes.
Grimes does some quick gauge math to, like, think of the distances here.
Are you trying to gauge if you could jump on him or not?
You read my mind. So I think he's 10 feet out, but let's see. So 10 feet out. Where's the doodle? 10 feet out, but like 20, 30 feet below me. So it's something like this. Oh, whoops, here.
Yeah.
I could totally, like, just like a slight running start, I would totally be able to
easy
jump and land on him.
Yeah,
right?
you could clear 10 feet with a bit of a running start.
It's going to be so cool. Ryan, do it.
Yeah, so I back a little ways up the slope. Still crouched, still moving silently. I get ready. Assassinates can't be done with 2 weapons, right? So I think I'm just hand on the hilt of the phase sword. Crouch, wind up. I pre-flex my legs to get ready for this leap attack. And then pounce.
Pounce plus
bursting
4.
off my heels.
Doesn't see you
running,
coming.
Jumping. If I can get a 30-foot charge out of the slope, I'd take that as well.
Sure. Plus 2 for charging. Plus
and I'm
4
gonna try
for
and left hand like grab the lensman on my way down, and then take the right hand to draw and plunge the phase blade, I don't know, right between his shoulder and his neck.
Right.
We're looking at plus 4 or plus 2 for back attack, plus 2 for surprise, plus 1 for
2 for charging. Charging is 2.
Charging is plus 2, so
yeah.
plus 6 total.
Yep.
You can roll a surprise attack if you want. But...
No, he is a guard who's watching this one area and definitely not ready for you to be coming up from that side.
Okay.
You are a far better climber than most of these demons.
All right, here we go.
Nice.
Oh, no good. A 16, I think, is maybe a hit on a lensman, but that's not the roll I was hoping for.
It is not even a hit. AC 18.
That hits his unarmored. Does he have armor?
Let's see. They do have some armor plating, yes.
Okay, so can I roll like my offhand attack to like try and grab the lensman? So
Yes.
I clearly whiffed the sword, but I think that's enough to like catch hold of the lensman with my offhand.
You can grab him with your offhand as you both tumble to the ground.
Midair, yeah. Does he stay levitating, or do I drag him to ground level?
The weight of a lensman is only 100 pounds, so you've got more than 100 pounds on you. Or your total weight is more than 100 pounds. Yeah, you're 219 body and gear. So you drag the lensman to the ground with a heavy thud. And we need to roll initiative to see if the lensman can cry out before you can kill him.
I think he needs to make do we make opposed strength checks to see if he's grappled?
Ooh, that's a good idea. And there should be some falling damage in here somewhere. Make me a strength check. Lensman rolls a 21. You roll a 33. All right,
So
you're definitely grappling him.
So I think I land on top of him.
Yeah, I think you are going to take falling damage because you did jump 30 feet to the lensman and then 10 feet to the ground. So
yeah,
it's going
if
to be
you'll
40
allow it,
foot
I've
fall.
got a tumbling proficiency.
Can you tumble and hold on to the lensman at the same
I don't
time?
think so. But we should probably both take the falling damage, right?
Yeah. Which are you preferring to tumble or preferring to hold on to him?
I think I'm preferring to take the lensman down.
Okay. So you will take a whopping 17 points of damage, and the lensman will take
reduced by 1 from the phase dagger.
If it was out, then yes.
Yeah.
The lensman will take 9 damage.
How come I took more? Shouldn't the forces be equal and opposite?
I was sort of thinking that you had more of a momentum hitting the ground than he did. Like he's being dragged down that last 10 feet while you're falling 40 feet.
On top of him.
Right, I gave you 4d6 and I gave him 2d6 for damage. I figured you weren't necessarily on top of him. You were maybe behind him. I guess we should determine if you landed on top of him.
I succeeded in the grapple, so I was imagining that I pushed him down underneath me and landed on top of him.
I'll move a d6 from you to him. So you can take 5 less damage and he'll take 5 more damage.
Oh, that's even better. So I was suggesting that we both take same falling damage.
Okay.
But this is fine
Sure.
too.
Yeah. You've both taken 3
And then
d6
let's roll
somehow.
initiative.
Yes, sir.
Does he have a mouth?
Let's see.
That's slow.
A single eye sits in the middle of each hand. No other facial features on each hand. Oh, yes. His mouth is his abdomen. The whole thing splits open into this, like, the belly near the navel is what opens, and the mouth draws all the way up to the rib cage, lowers down to the pelvis, and it's filled with large, tall, sharp teeth.
Unfortunately or fortunately, that's right where Grimes is. So I don't know if he can scream, but he can certainly just like open and swallow.
Oh yeah. The mouth opens and lets out a piercing call, and then he turns to you and tries to eat you. He will make a bite attack against you, which he normally can't do. Things aren't normally so close to his body. And the attack will be a 36 to hit. Holy shit. That can't be right. 26 to hit. 26. I'm off by a factor of 10.
Okay, that's still a hit. He can bite and scream at the same time while grappled.
No, he'll scream and then stop screaming to bite you.
Okay.
Yeah. You will take a whopping 5 points of damage from the bite.
Oh dear. You never rolled initiative, Grimes.
I did. Oh, I just rolled a standard D10. I guess I get to re-roll, right?
No.
3? Did you not? Oh, you rolled D10 plus 2.
I rolled the D10. You can keep the 11.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
scaring the shit out of me there, Grimesy. All right.
Oh, it didn't. Wait, what happened to my initiative?
You had another token on the order. I got confused.
I tried to update my initiative and then it disappeared.
There we go. All right. The lensman has bit William. It is your turn.
Can I get to it in one round?
It's 100 feet away across the beach. You can charge that distance in a round.
Do I have to roll a dex check not to fall over?
On the rocks with your rocky feet? I wasn't going to consider it. No, I don't think you need to. I think the rocks are fine.
I'll kill it then, because I feel like it's going to die.
Maybe.
Hopefully before it can scream too much. 18 we roll in these days as well. Do I get any bonus for it being on the ground?
Yes.
Restrained.
He's held. You should get +4.
You'll get +4 because it is pinned to the ground.
39.
Will hit. You clear by a boatload.
Do you crit on a 16 at this point?
Oh, sorry, it's actually a 41. I meant to roll 24. It's using the wrong sword.
Are you a high enough master to crit on?
Yeah.
16s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crit on
it's
16 plus, right?
It's a mega crit.
So it's a mega, yeah. An ultra crit.
Ultra crit.
Hyper crit?
Hyper crit. 31 damage.
Alright, that is enough to kill the 28 HP remaining lensman. He hits the ground. Well, he gets stabbed through, and Grimes is still grappling him, so he doesn't disappear into a flurry of small creatures. Corpse is still there.
What do we do, Grimes?
There's a. This was just the sentry. There's some sort of demon forge on the other side of this wall.
It got to scream out there. They could be coming for us right now. And we're kind of backed into a corner.
Yep.
Fall back.
And it is with that line of questioning that you can hear the sound of hydras sliding along the wall coming your way.
How high is the wall?
20 feet.
Hold on a sec.
I harpoon one of them.
All right, hurl it. They
Wait,
come into view, illuminated on the backside by the forge.
Holding onto the rope. 25.
25 will hit one of them.
Okay.
Roll me some damage.
Damage is not amazing, but I will now drag it off the wall.
11 damage. Harpoon hits it, sinks into the Hydra. It screeches, and you tug it off the wall. Give me an opposed strength check.
And it has to make a save versus something not to be paralyzed, I think.
Oh, is this the paralyzation harpoon spear? Okay. It'll make a save.
23 on the strength check.
It'll pass its save, and it will roll a 24 on its strength check. So it is not paralyzed. The harpoon is stuck in it, and you don't tug it off the wall. Worst situation ever. But I do believe...
Except now I've got a rope that I can use to climb the wall with. Grimes hasn't had any actions yet.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm around behind everyone.
You acted on the same round as William. He just acted this round.
I didn't act. William, I didn't. I had my surprise round.
Yeah, he hasn't acted yet.
You're right. I'm so sorry. William...
That's fine. I mean...
Take your action, Grimes.
Fine. I can wait. I was going to climb the wall and intercept the hydras. So I'll make my climbing check.
Yep.
There's like a minus something for being at half HP again.
But 35 is more than enough. Yeah.
And I was trying to look up climbing rates. That's why I was pausing to see if I can climb as part of a move action.
Your
it's the height of the character multiplied by 1/4 of their climbing mod. So my climbing mod is like a 20 something. A quarter of that is 5. My height is 6. So I can climb 30 feet.
30 feet
around.
Mm-hmm.
So I can easily climb 20 feet, get up there in the middle. This one's paralyzed, right?
No, he passed a save.
Oh, he passed his save.
Yep.
All right, so I start attacking.
Push him off, maybe.
Are these flank attacks or something? Yeah, I guess I could try pushing. Do they have melee weapons, or they just throw barbs?
They have big crab-like pincer claws that come down from like maybe 6 feet off of the top of their head. 2 of them. Big, sharp, pincies.
This was a mistake. Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
just move the map down a little bit. Oh my God, Grimes.
Okay, the regulars offhand hits for 2 points of damage, and I've got a third attack that comes at some point.
Okay. Were you striking the one on the left or the one on the right?
The one on the left.
2 points of damage. Okay.
And have they shouldn't get to, have they rolled initiative at all, or were they just moving?
They were just moving in to see what was up, and I was just kind of declaring you guys got a
So I'll get
surprise
my
on
third
them.
attack, which is a crit.
Which is a crit.
24. Does that clear by 5?
Oh, no, it does not. They have
Doesn't even
22
clear by
AC.
5?
22 AC.
All right, 3 points of damage.
Wait, which weapon is that? If it's the phase blade, it should do double damage.
No, this is my off hit. This is the
Okay.
stupid sword.
Stupid sword. All right.
All of my swords are stupid swords. Worst magic items ever.
Okay, well, these two demons at least are well alerted to you. The other demons are going to start looking around as these ones make noise. So let's roll initiative.
Are there parapets
Yes, there are.
on both sides or just the outside?
Just the outside.
Oh, so slow, Grimes.
Okay, William.
Drag it off.
All right, opposed strength check again. It rolls a
37.
19. All right, you tug it off the wall. It squeezes between the parapets, falls the 30 feet to the ground below, the rocky ground below, and takes 3d6 falling damage. Why don't you roll it for me, Nick?
Shouldn't it be like 3d8 because it's rocky ground?
No,
Okay.
it's not spiky ground.
11.
11 damage to it as it tumbles off and hits the ground.
Can I attack it as well? Like, is that a full turn, dragging it off?
You get 2 attacks per round, right?
Yeah, I feel like I should be able to execute it when it's down here.
Well, I'll give you one of your 2 attacks per round.
Okay. It's on the. Do you get +4 because it's on the ground?
No, it's a snake. It's never really prone.
Okay. 35.
35 will clear by 12. Sigil crit.
29.
Oh, all right. The thing is crushed and killed. It dies on the spot.
Well, that's the first time that I've actually successfully harpooned anything.
Yeah. It dies, the harpoon is free, and little bits of everything wash away in the tides that are lapping up around your large stony feet.
Alright.
Okay. Next up is Grimes.
All right, I turn to face this other Hydra, unleashing a flurry of blows.
Hit.
8 damage with the phase dagger. Offhand.
Does double damage.
Oh, it does do double damage, doesn't it?
Another d8, another d6.
Yeah. 15 points of damage.
-7, all right.
Offhand is barely a hit.
Is a hit? Oh, you're squeezing him in there,
6 points
Grimes.
of damage. And then I get a free attack with this swift sword, but I think that comes at the end of the round.
Yes. The Hydra is before you and knows no fear. It takes both of its pincers and goes to snap at you with them. A 19 and a 16 to hit you.
Nope.
Nope. All
21
right.
AC.
One snaps in the air before you. The other one kind of gets a hold of your dragon scale mail and tries to crush your arm with it, but the armor
But
is too strong and sturdy.
And I do have a dex bonus.
And you have a dex bonus.
Let's see, these Hydras are probably within missile range, aren't they?
Yes,
haven't
and they
rolled
are. No, they've not rolled into initiative yet. This battle is alerting the demons in this fort to what's happening, and they're like turning to look.
Yeah, a
at
quick
the-
glance. How many demons are there? You've put a few tokens on the map, but is there
Right.
are there
There's a
more
lot.
below?
Yeah, there's maybe 20 or 30 in here. There's only a few craftsmen. There's a whole bunch of those toady motherfuckers, and a few thungs, bunch of warriors, handful of hydras.
So the 20 to 30, does that include the thungs?
Yes, it does.
It's not I mean, it's pretty bad, but
Yeah. We mostly just needed to heal.
yeah.
Let
So
get
we
a
need to
couple
find an
thungs in
escape.
here.
I scour the wall, Neal. Is there any like sewage entrances or anything like that through the wall?
Nope, it's just a solid wall to prevent people from sneaking into the camp this way.
So all the dogs and all the gnolls are just stuck down here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. for the time being, until you can sort it out.
You said the wall goes 30 feet into the water.
Yes.
Fuck.
Let me just get the map all squared away for easier use.
Okay, so I think we either need to retreat back down the beach, or Grimes, can you see a better way to go from up there?
I mean, the main entrance is there, like east or whatever, and I point past me in the Hydra.
Would we not be running straight into an army of them?
We can discuss this later. Yeah, maybe. I mean, an army of thungs. Who cares about them?
There are
these guys
warriors
armored?
as well.
Are the warriors armored?
2 of them are armored. I will mark the armored ones with yellow circles. The remainder of them have shields, but no armor.
I mean, actually, only the Hydras can get to us down here. If you come back down.
Are there stairs leading up to the wall?
Not there, but further down the line.
Oh, those old. Are those is this a stair? Is that what it is?
It wasn't supposed to be, but that will actually work perfectly for a stair. Yeah, originally that was just an error. That's perfect.
Oh god, what are those things?
Those are toadies. Even weaker than thungs. And I don't have a good token for my craftsman yet.
6 warriors, 3 Hydras is not... I mean, it's pretty unbeatable, but it's not totally unbeatable. I think let's kill this last Hydra, and then you come back down here.
Well, I mean, there's more Hydras on the other side of the wall.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's everyone roll initiative.
I've got one more attack that round.
Give me your one more attack.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
no good.
All right, roll initiative.
Let's do it. I'm just gonna roll once for each monster type because there's a lot of them. All right. The toadies go first. They hear the commotion and they are going to make their way. This whole map is not exactly to scale, which is frustrating. But a group of toadies will make their way to the wall and come on down this direction.
I don't know what their movement is, but they have to climb up stairs, which are probably difficult terrain, or like half movement or something.
Yeah, and they're pretty small. So they can just mount the walls and get over here. And that's all they can do. And Grimes' turn comes around.
Come on, lucky dice. There we go.
Woo!
That's what I needed.
Nice shot.
21 finish the Hydra.
Yes, it does. The Hydra dies. The thungs, not the thungs, the toadies are behind it, but they haven't approached you yet.
I think in lieu of taking my second attacks, I will sheathe my offhand sword, grab an arm around the parapet, and just like hang myself off the ledge.
And tumble?
Do like a drop tumble to like reduce falling damage.
Excellent.
It's like you said a 20-foot wall.
I don't remember.
In that case, I can just climb down.
He said 20. He said 20.
I said
think
20
it's
feet?
better.
Oh, yeah. He took 2d or 3d, 6 falling damage.
I took
he took
46, but that was from jumping off the cliff.
No. What Nick rolled for the Hydra that he pulled off.
Doesn't matter. I climbed down. My climbing movement rate is like 30.
Perfect.
I can,
You scamper down, no problem.
Yeah.
All right. Where to?
To William, who shouldn't be in the ocean.
No,
Well, he's standing in it.
they moved.
All right.
We need to go back
There's
south.
an army in there. We should retreat. We took out a few sentries, but not as stealthy as it could have been.
Lead the way, Grimes. Find us somewhere safe to hide.
I think I'm actually out of movement.
Yep.
So either you can lead the way, or
No, I'm gonna wait a turn. I've got my. In fact, I'm just gonna drink.
It's not your
What am
turn yet. The enemies are still going. And it is the Thung's turn. And 6 of them, actually 8 of them, will bolt for the wall. These little fuckers are fast. They're super fast. They will climb up on the wall, scamper over. Ooh, they do want to jump
guys.
off, but
Here,
that's some pretty good falling damage for each of them. That's 3d6. They can take it.
I think
They
2D,
are
right. Isn't it 20 feet?
It's 30 feet.
Oh.
They are ravenous little fuckers that want you dead. So they will... Fuck it, they're all coming off the wall. Ryan, roll me 3d6 fallen damage for all of these creatures as they leap off the wall to attack you guys.
9.
Oh! Alright, I'm gonna give them 9 damage each.
Alright, change my action to my sword.
Actually, I probably can take... Well, no. I might be able to get offhand attacks at the end of the round.
Our dogs and stuff should have initiative now that there's stuff down here to fight.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. They will roll in next round, I guess, instead of this round. So the dogs hop off and do something like that. And we'll get a whole bunch of thung attacks on you. Thongs. They roll at +6 to hit. Where are my dice? All right, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4 on William. 21.
No.
17, 16, 7. Oh, that's 4. And then on Grimes, we have a 7, a 20,
No.
16, a 16, and a less than 16. All right, the dogs leap off. They try to grab into you and bite you and rip you to shreds, but your armor is tough and your feet are fast. The hydras will go. They're gonna have... It's gonna take them a while to get over here since they're on the wall, but they're not gonna come all the way over here. What is their movement rate? 12? Okay. They're just gonna shuffle this way. And William goes.
Okay, I'm going to attack with my shield as well as my sword this turn.
All right.
So this one directly in front of me, I'm going to bash my shield first, which I think is at a -4. 23.
That will hit.
Fuck was that?
The shield bash sound.
Nice. Okay. For 10 damage.
You will kill a thung.
Okay, and then I attack with my sword at -2. 25. I mean,
Another one drops.
And my second attack.
At the end of the round.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, there's just a group of warriors to go before you. One of the armored warriors is going to come over this way, and 2 of the non-armored warriors will come over this way. You'll see them as they come. They just like kick the toadies out of the way. There'll probably even be some strength checks here. 1, 2, 3 for the toadies. Pass, fail, pass. All right, so one of the toadies gets kicked off the wall and just outright dies from the falling damage. The other guys just push on past until they're at the top of the wall. They're looking down, surveying the battlefield, and the armored one will kind of give them a grunt and a shout in a language you don't understand, and they will
Do I
begin
understand
to...
it?
Yes.
No. No, there was a moment where you heard and understood them, and this is just, it's gone again. This one will, they will all begin to climb down, and that's about as far as they can get this round. I'll give them quick checks, see if they pass or fail. The armored one passes. The next one over, what's your scores? Will pass, and the next one after that will actually fall.
Don't forget though, the wall's wet and smooth.
They rolled, 2 of them rolled really well, and 1 of them rolled fairly average.
So I think their climb should be 1/3 of dex and strength.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe even divided by 2 again if they're not thieves. Is that how it works?
No, it's just they don't get any points for it.
Okay.
All right, so the demons crawl down. Some of them do. Some of them don't make it. Or one of them falls. The others, they crawl
So
down.
you should take 3d6 falling damage. Oh, it looks like you.
Yeah,
you
he
that.
did. Yeah. And
That's
it
actually
is
worse.
William's
I don't
second
think you
attack.
Is that the demon that fell? Is it like on the floor?
Yes, it is on the ground directly before you. I'm just
I'm
trying
gonna take this
prone.
opportunity to try and kill it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's prone. +4 to hit.
+4. 36.
That will hit the demon.
Crit it.
Let me check here. 36 will clear by 8.
Oh,
Can I also have a second attack?
Then
I'm gonna
it's
sheath
time
my
to use
weapon.
them.
23
I was going to
damage.
use it to kick a thung, but I think I'd like to step on this demon instead.
Go for it.
Finish it off. It's almost dead.
Doesn't matter. 15 is enough to like stand on it, but it doesn't do any damage.
Yep. All right. Any other attacks?
I
Why
guess
don't we
not.
take our first break here, and when we come back, we will see what happens when the beehive gets battered. See you guys on this side of our break. Bye-bye.